Hi everybody, welcome to the Soul Song. Namaste. My name is Nina and we are entering Pisces season. And so these are your March predictions. So we're going to look at what's happening for you in the month of March, what potential it carries, what is the advice for you, and anything else that Spirit wants to bring through. Okay. So we have three groups in front of us. We have the shell group, we have the feather group, and lastly we have the labradorite group. So pick the pile or the group you're feeling most drawn to, and I'll see you in your timestamps. Hi pile 1, for those of you who've chosen this shell here, I'm hearing for you original. This is part of the lyrics of the song that I'm hearing in my mind, and the song is called Casio by Jungle. What I'm getting for you is that you're going to find success in the month of March by being original, by being who you were always meant to be, okay? So there's this energy here of tapping into your very essence and not being afraid of showing up for who you are, okay, or the way you are. And that's actually what's going to bring about a turn of events, and it's going to bring success and probably even recognition to you, okay? And I'm also getting like your original ideas are going to be appreciated in the month of March. And it being Pisces season, it's all about, being in tune, going with the flow. Pisces is very much connected to the divine, to spirituality. So you might be receiving a lot of these downloads of original ideas, and if you apply them, you will find success. So I'm just pulling some Lenormand cards firstly. Okay. So we have the Child. We have the Lily. And we have the Anchor. Okay, this is nice. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Stars. So there could be some recognition coming your way. You shining brightly with your sense of originality and receiving fame for that, okay? We have the Child, Lily, and Anchor. So these three cards suggest to me that whatever it is that you're initiating or anything new that you're getting into, it's going to be for the long haul, okay? For most of you, this is career. So your path perhaps is changing in this month, or there's a deeper sense of commitment to what you have already committed to, perhaps, okay? So the lilies has to do with, in general, your career, okay, long-term career. Anchor has to do with your stability, your sense of security, and where you settle, basically, okay? And with the Child there, this is a sense of newness, a freshness, a sense of originality as well. So this is in tandem with the message that I got for you earlier. And I feel like you're really walking on your original life path, okay? You're discovering it, or you are committing to it in the month of March. Looking good so far. So we'll see your oracle cards a bit later. I'm gonna start with tarot firstly and see what is happening for you. Just give it a bit of a shuffle again. What can we expect in the month of March? Group number 1. And there's also the sense of peace and calm that comes with it. We have the 5 of Swords. Okay. Ooh, 10 of Swords. The Hierophant. And the Fool. So that's very much like the Child energy there. Okay. It feels to me like the month of Feb has not been easy for you, okay? It has posed a lot of challenges, but now in the month of March, there's a lot of this, residual energy that you are releasing, okay? This card is so beautiful. It's the Hierophant, but it's depicted so differently here. I feel like people are going to be drawn to you, to your energy, to your originality, to your essence. Okay? And there's this fey-like creature here with the butterfly wings, which is suggesting transformation. And number fives are about transformation. I feel like you're really releasing a lot of the stuff that you've had to deal with. Okay, some difficult, challenging stuff which may have been very taxing on you mentally. Maybe you had to learn to stand up for yourself. Okay, you have two fives here, and fives are about change, but change can be quite difficult. It can be that you've gone through, some growing pains. And with the Nine of Swords there, it's definitely not been easy. But in the month of March, you're ready to start from a fresh, clean slate, okay? And with your originality, with your essence, is what I'm getting. With the Hierophant there, it's telling me that you've learned some important lessons through these challenges, okay? Maybe you've had to deal with people who were not fair to you, who were, trying to take away from you, be it your energy, be it your peace of mind, be it, your time, your resources. And you've had to learn how to stand up for yourself. You've had to learn how to not give in to that kind of energy and let it overpower you, okay? And there's this huge sense of relief and release that I'm getting from your energy in the month of March. Let's clarify these cards here for you. What is this Five of Swords about? Okay, so we have the King of Swords, Five of Wands, clarifying the Nine of Swords, Five of Pentacles, clarifying the Hierophant, and we have the Knight of Pentacles, clarifying the Fool. So this is good. I really like this. I know I'm saying that despite the difficult energies here, the difficult cards, we have the Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And this is again this childlike essence, that you're rediscovering, this sense of playfulness, this sense of wonder, the sense of curiosity and creativity and passion for life, okay? And I feel like slowly that's emerging for you. Slowly you're rediscovering who you are in a way. And that has come at a cost, okay? Yeah, you've had to deal with some very challenging people. People who may have tried to, boss over you, who made you feel like you're not good enough, or who have made you feel like you're not worthy, or that you don't fit in. But it's okay not to fit in. This may be at work, this may be at home, this may be in terms of your personal relationships, or a particular relationship with perhaps an air sign. Strong air sign vibes here. So this could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And the King of Swords can be somebody who's very stoic, and their words can be quite harsh if they are not in their higher octave of, consciousness. So on a lower octave, this can be somebody who's even mentally manipulative, who knows how to get their way, and who knows how to to get you to do what they want, that kind of an energy. So this feels like you've had to deal with some people like that, and it has caused you some sleepless nights, some worry, some anxiety. But these are all minor arcana cards, okay? So it's not like a major influence per se, but it's irritating, it's annoying at the very least. But what's interesting here is that you have two big cards, as in major arcana cards, coming in. And the Hierophant traditionally has to do with convention, okay? With doing what you're told, basically, and doing what everybody else is doing, and being very by the book, okay? And with the Five of Pentacles, it usually depicts the church in the background, which is about convention, which is about not just religion, it's symbolic for everything that has to do with convention, with tradition, with, going by the book. And I feel like you're realizing in the month of March that this is not who I am. What I have to offer is a lot more than this. In this particular confinement, I'm not able to flourish. I'm not able to be my original self. And even if it is coming at a cost, I decide to walk away. I decide to separate myself from that. Okay, and that's the big lesson that you have incorporated, that you have learned. And these are both fives. Again, you have like 3 fives. Oh no, 1, 2, 3, 4 fives in your reading. Not an easy task. You may be even a life path number 5, and if you are, kudos to you. It's not easy because you're meant to go through a lot of changes in your life, and a lot of these changes are actually meant to help you grow, but then they can be difficult. And with the Five of Pentacles there, I feel like you're realizing, like this woman in this card here, that it's probably not worth it to go by the book and to go by what somebody else wants me to be or wants me to do. Okay, and this could be in any setup. But the Hierophant can also indicate, work. It can be an organization, a top-down approach, a very hierarchical kind of a system in which you're supposed to report to somebody else. That could be this King of Swords. But with the Fool there, I feel like you're releasing yourself from that confinement, from that, from the limitations of that situation, okay? It could be a new opportunity as well coming your way with the Knight of Pentacles. But if this is you taking a chance, taking a leap of faith, having faith in the universe that if you jump, it's going to catch you, it's got your back, something good is going to emerge out of it. And even though at first it might feel like you're alone in this wintry circumstance, it's going to be good in the long run, okay? And the Knight of Pentacles is slow, steady growth, much like the anchor and the lily there. So I really feel like you're in for some big changes in your life, and most of this could also have to do with just your perspective on people, on how to handle people, how to handle situations, and how to stick to what you believe in, okay? Even if that implies walking on the beaten path, okay? And it's going to pay off in the long run, definitely. Let's see your oracle cards. We have Soulmates, number 41. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. Deceit, number 25. And lastly, inner guidance. It's time for you to pay attention and listen to the guidance of your soul. That's the Hierophant. You are listening to your inner guidance. You're very much in tune with your spiritual self, okay? And it may be urging you to be on your own, to release yourself and remove yourself from situations which are causing you this kind of inner turmoil. Okay. Now, with the rest of the cards there, especially the new moon in Cancer, this could be a separate message. You could be attracting a soulmate in your life in a romantic sense. This could be someone who's supportive of you. It could be an earth sign, could be an Aquarius, but doesn't have to be. And I feel like gradually, the reason why this card has come up is, most of these changes and most of these growing pains, you could say, are happening around your sense of foundation, okay, which is your family, which is relationships that you count on, that you rely on, but you're realizing now that maybe they're not all that reliable. Maybe it's an illusion that I have fallen for, and you're being told by your guides that you are safe. And even if you need to separate yourself from the people who are posing these challenges for you, it may be temporary, but you're being told that you're protected, and actually so are they, okay, through this period of change and growth. And I certainly feel like you're really falling back on your faith, okay, in whether that is in a traditional sense, on prayer, on guidance, okay, or on the universe, or just within, on yourself. I want you to know that there may be times when you feel kind of alone, but you're not actually, okay. There will be helpful people who come in once you make space for them, okay, because right now I feel like a lot of your energy is being scattered and being utilized by these situations and these people who are possibly just taking from you and not being fair to you in any way, okay. So if it is at work, for instance, I definitely feel like you could be in for a surprise in terms of a new opportunity, or you may want to initiate something new. And gradually you will get back on your feet, okay. So if you're worried about finances, it will sort out, okay. And also just be careful of people who are who create this illusion of, hey, I'm reliable, or I'm there for you, but then they gossip behind your back, or they they try to pull you down in other ways, in a crabby sense, okay. So just be careful of that. You might even be a water sign, okay, a Cancer specifically. We have depth. As new people show up in my life, I look for all the weird, wonderful, complex layers below their surface. I can't be surprised by someone's depth of character unless I'm willing to peel back the outer layers and go a little deeper. I feel like you're discovering your own depth, okay. We have pleasure. And we have celebration, so this is nice. When I come across people in happy, healthy relationships, I give jealousy the finger and celebrate their joy. I give myself permission to feel pleasure, and I let that pleasure rush into my life in a decadent display of over-the-top abundance. And at the bottom of the deck we have tact. I speak and act with care, remembering that impulsive words or harsh tone can sometimes hurt others. I feel like you've had to walk on eggshells around these people very tactfully to avoid conflict, to avoid confrontation, and to avoid them, being harsh towards you. But this is where you're heading, okay? And this is a very self-assured, dignified, I'm enough kind of energy, okay? And I feel like you're heading towards a very independent kind of energy and phase in which you're recognizing that you can make things happen by yourself, even if you don't, at least, temporarily have the support system that you thought was, once reliable. Okay, so I'll lastly pull one card from the Whispers of Love deck to see if there are any additional messages for you. Group number 1, love and relationships. Listen with your heart. You are listening, but you need to hear with a loving heart. And you are limitless. So one of the big messages here for you is revolving around your sense of self-worth and dignity. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Embrace your emotions. Allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. You are limitless. That's what I'll leave you with. Group number 1. I hope this helps, and I hope you have a wonderful month ahead. Do take care of yourself, and I'll see you again later. Bye-bye. Hi, Group 2. For those of you who've chosen this feather, I'm hearing for you solo, okay? You're going solo in some way. Some of you could be literally going on a solo trip. But a big part of this is self-discovery, is what I'm getting. Not waiting for somebody to join you, not waiting for, not waiting anymore is what I'm getting, okay? Solo. It's like this energy of finding out, or rather proving to yourself that you can do it by yourself, okay? Whatever that may be, however that applies to you. We have the Stork, the Road. So some of you could actually be traveling, okay? Could be a solo trip. And the Rider. Wow, lots of movement cards. Bottom of the deck we have the Snake. This is probably you getting away from something, okay? Something that may have been quite toxic, quite addictive, maybe manipulative. All 3 cards actually have a lot to do with travel. So maybe in the month of March, you are going on a journey, and it could be a literal one. It could also be, figurative one, as in going on an inner journey, discovering something for yourself. And there is possibly some news, some communication coming your way, which triggers this big change in your life, okay? For some of you, I have to put it out there, it could also have to do with immigration, moving, relocation, maybe even to a new country, okay? But there is at least a short trip that is indicated here. Let's see what your cards suggest. I'm going to set these aside, look at them in a bit, and we'll see what your tarot cards suggest, okay? Interesting start. So what does group number 2 need to know? I'm using the Triple Goddess Tarot for those of you who want to know. March. So this is the Page of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles. Okay. The beautiful Star. And the Two of Wands. Okay. You're exploring, okay? You're exploring something. This may be a dream come true for some of you. This could be, I'll just put it out there, it could be an opportunity in terms of a job, something that has a financial implication, something that affects your sense of security in life, okay? It could be a job offer coming your way, which you're scrutinizing, you're analyzing, you may be signing on some papers, or you may need to even study something before you can like prepare yourself for this change. Okay, and the Two of Wands there suggests that you're ready. Look at her stance. She's ready to explore. She's almost ready to go on a solo trip. Okay, and there's a deer there in the background, suggesting, that there is something calling out to her. Okay, it could be a new opportunity, it could be like a dream come true, a wish come true. And I do get this strong feeling of solo. Okay, from here you're going solo in some way, whether this is a business venture that you're starting, you're initiating, maybe taking the first small steps towards, or this is you relocating, maybe even just for fun, going out there somewhere to explore, to get in touch with your inner self, to discover yourself. This is going to turn out well is what I'm getting. Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles, and interestingly this card here features a rune, if you can see that there on the stone, which is the rune for journey. That's the Rider rune. Okay, so there's definitely movement. Okay, movement forward in your life. Eight of Cups, more movement. Knight of Cups. Okay, so you've got two knights here and the Page of Pentacles, possibly presenting an offer to you. Okay, let's get one more. What is this Two of Wands about? Another knight, the Knight of Wands. You're going on a freaking adventure. Okay, bottom of the deck, the Eight of Swords. This may have been something that's on your mind for a while is what I'm getting. Okay, but you didn't know how to make it happen, or you weren't really finding your way out of a sticky situation, and now you're discovering that you are finding that out. And you've got three knights in your reading, and knights, what do? They go on a battle. I'm not saying you're going on a battle, but you're definitely going on some adventure. Okay, and for many of you this is physical in nature. It's a physical journey, and I love this for you because it tells me that you're ready to move on from something that kept you stuck. Okay, for some of you I feel like you may be even there's something that you have been juggling on the side, maybe a side hustle or a hobby, a creative project, something like that, and you may be turning that into a business venture. Okay, and for that purpose also you may be needing to explore, maybe reaching out to people, moving to greener pastures is what I'm hearing. Okay, and with the Eight of Cups there, this is also, it's not just a very practical finance oriented kind of move. It's also you heading towards and seeking something that fulfills you emotionally. Okay, which is why you have the Knight of Cups there presenting this opportunity to you. And in this deck, this Knight of Cups is not slow, he's charging towards you. Okay, so for many of you this is an emotional wish come true, but it has also a practical financial implication. Okay, very much so. It's also something that may be tied to your sense of purpose, something that motivates you, something that you may have felt earlier that you weren't ready for, and now you're grabbing these two wands and you're stomping your feet, and almost like I'm getting like you're declaring, I'm ready for this, I'm absolutely ready for this. So it's an adventure that you're going on in the month of March, and this indicates that there is going to be a lot of movement, a lot of activity. you also are going to be required to take action, but be strategic about it as well. Okay, analyze it, whatever it is. If it's a financial opportunity, give it due consideration, and do your due diligence as well. You don't want to rush into things like the Knight of Wands, but you want to also follow your heart and follow the guidance that you're getting. Okay, this is a big dream, I feel, for many of you. It's a big, big dream. So congratulations. I'm gonna look at the oracle cards here. Door to value. I'm not surprised to see this at all. So for many of you, this could be an opportunity to make more money, or even if you're not starting something entirely new, it may be something that you have previously felt like it didn't take off the way you wanted it to, and even still you continue to put in a lot of effort into it, a lot of work into it, and just when you start to kind of detach from the outcome, things pick up pace, is what I'm getting. Okay, but for many of you, this is something that's undiscovered, something that you haven't really got into, at least fully committed to previously. So yeah, good on you. Emotions are running high, super moon. So this may be around the full moon time in the season of Pisces. We have the tribe, another 8. And lastly, we have conscious living. Those healthy changes you've been meaning to make are imperative for you now. And there's a lot of this green and blue energy here in this card, which suggests communication as well as heart-centered energy, heart chakra energy. I feel like somewhere along the way, even if you're going solo, you're going to find your tribe. You're going to find people who you can rely on, people who can become like your new support system if you're leaving behind an old one. And if you're worried about whether you're going to have to go at it completely alone, like I said in the beginning, I don't think that is the case, because somewhere along the way you will find help, you will find supportive people. Okay, because there are definitely people coming up in your reading. Okay, and you are being guided anyway by source, by the divine. Okay, you're following your purpose in a big way, and it's happening because you're finally mentally, I feel, prepared and ready for it. You've started to live consciously. Okay, and that's what's bringing in these blessings. Just be careful to not get too emotionally attached to any outcome, is what I'm getting. Okay, with these two cards here, especially around the full moon. The full moon is depicted here, as well as super moon is also a full moon. Thoughtfulness. It's time to put your money where your mouth is and have fun showing your love. Initiative. Not surprised to see that. Step right up. You're being awarded a boost of initiative. This potent portion will give you the gusto you need to move your life in a previously unexplored direction. What did I say? This is what it's all coming down to. Okay, no. Okay, this one wants to come out. These two. We have, okay, there are 3 cards. We have support. I look to the vast network of support in my life, and I'm reminded of what a superpower it gives me. My best self, I trust that when I'm doing what's best for me and being the happiest version of myself, the right sort of relationships will appear in my life. That means I can let go of all of my worries about the future. knowing that my only job is to be happy in this moment. That's exactly what I said with these cards. You're going to find your support system, your tribe, because you're actually taking the initiative to be yourself. And it's funny how when we feel like I'm going to have to do this alone, I'm not going to have much support, when we mentally prepare ourselves for that, we're not really expecting any emotional support, are we? But when we start to walk that path, it's funny how friendships and supportive connections automatically start flowing into our life. Okay, that's the way spirit and the law of assumption works. Resilience. Sticks and stones may break my bones, and unkind words can somehow drain every bit of joy and color from my once rosy life. But nothing can ever permanently damage the real me. I love myself, I cherish myself, and I vow to remember that I'm always camped out in the depths of myself. Even when I don't feel like very much of myself. And this person is camping here. So there's a lot of adventure waiting for you out there in the month of March, especially. Things are going to start moving, and just be careful to not get emotionally overwhelmed. Okay, if at all you feel like this is too much, or I haven't done this before, so you start to get cold feet, remember that support can come from very unexpected sources and ways. Okay, I'm wishing you all the best. This looks very encouraging. Have a lovely month ahead, and I'll see you again later. Bye bye. Hi group 3, for those of you who've chosen these stones here, I'm hearing for your divinity. Okay, divinity as a source of power. I feel like in the month of March, and especially because this is Pisces season, you're going to be delving a lot more into spirituality, into your connection to source, to the divine, and that's where you're going to draw your sense of power from. Okay, having faith in consciousness in general, and maybe even studying and learning more about things like the law of assumption, how you work with your subconscious mind. Things like that are drawing your attention this month even more, I feel. Okay, I'm gonna pull these cards a bit later. Let's start with Lenormand and see what's coming up for you in the month of March. Group number 3, what do they need to know? You have the dog, the fox. Okay, interesting. Okay, and the book. Okay, so there's definitely some. Bottom of the deck, the rider. For some of you this could be romantic, for others this is a friendship or a colleague or a sibling, somebody like that who's being very secretive, maybe a bit deceptive and dishonest with you. For others of you, you're adopting this energy, you're very much within yourself, you're taking time to maybe, like I said, study, commit yourself to discovering something, and you're being very very stealthy about this. Okay, you're not really revealing your cards, you're keeping them close to your chest, which is a good idea, I feel. I'm also getting a message here that if you have some ideas that you come across, keep them to yourself. Okay, this is not the time for you to divulge information, all right? But there could be some secrets that a friend or a colleague or someone you're close to is keeping from you. Okay, let's dig a little bit into that and find out what this could be about. I'm just getting a bit nosy here. We have the ring, so definitely some relationship, some commitment. The Tower could be at work, okay, and the Tree could be at work or in the family. It could also have to do with a secret that's been long kept, okay, maybe even a family secret. And with the scythe there, this could be like being revealed now, I feel, okay. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm getting there. Let's start with your tarot cards. If this is you also, I feel like with the book and the tree there, this could very well be a spiritual education, you know, spiritual learning, something that helps you heal and discover yourself, okay, and which is connected to your personal growth as well. So it may be a secret that you're keeping from these people or this particular person, okay. So what can group number 3 expect in the month of March? We have the 8 of Swords, the Hierophant. I'm absolutely not surprised to see that, because the Hierophant kind of is the knowledge keeper of tarot, okay, spiritual knowledge especially. Page of Pentacles, and we have the beautiful Temperance. Nice. Let's clarify these cards. 9 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Swords. I'm sorry, why did I say Page of Swords? The Page of Pentacles, the 4 of Cups, and the Temperance, the Lovers. Bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands. Look how confident and bold she is, and she's in the spotlight in some way, being appreciated by other people, and a bit like on a pedestal, okay. Let's push these here. So one of the big spiritual truths that you're discovering, I feel, or you're digging into in the month of March has to do with, you know, your sense of perception, your way of looking at life, okay, and your way of looking at yourself as well, what you can achieve, what you can do, what you can be. And through that process, you're going to discover that you're a unique individual and you have a lot to offer, and you can create your own sense of stability without having to rely on somebody else, okay. That's the strongest message that I'm getting here. The 8 of Swords is, 8s to me are movement cards, but in the 8 of Swords, the movement is restricted because of this illusion of the mind, okay, trapped by mental perceptions, negative thinking habits, limitations of the mind, okay. That's what you're breaking free from, I feel. And here, through this process of discovery, what you're receiving, what you're getting is this solid sort of understanding, and also perhaps an opportunity that changes things around for you, okay. Let me put that in a practical sense. What I mean is, because you're shifting your inner reality, because you're shifting the way you perceive yourself. Okay, you're recognizing your unique, beautiful self, okay, which is depicted by the peacock there in this card. Because you're recognizing your self-worth, you're breaking free from those limitations. You're inviting towards yourself opportunities to grow, opportunities also that would have an impact on your sense of security. So in a very tangible sense, this could be a contract from an organization, okay? This could be a commitment, a contract from like a job, for instance. And this job may also require you to study something, to learn something. That's where the books and the research and all of that comes into picture. And you're not making any hasty decisions here at all. But at the same time, you don't want to be stuck either, okay? So the Knight of Pentacles is very slow and steady progress. It's growth, but it's slow and steady growth for the long haul, for the long term, okay? So with the Four of Cups there, I feel like there's this sense of inquisitiveness that is coming back into your life, okay? You may have been doing something previously that was leaving you dissatisfied, but it's almost like, when you're daydreaming, you're looking out the window because what's in front of you is not that interesting. There's something that you're discovering that you are finding really interesting, that you're looking at with this magnifying glass, okay? And that could be happening because you are connected now to this new opportunity or this new work or this new job, or for others of you, this is like you rediscovering your passion for whatever it is that you have been doing. And that's coming after a period of change. That change has to do with your perception of what you're doing, and perspective is everything, okay? And I've been through this several times where I've started to really doubt myself. I've started to feel like this is it, I can't grow beyond this, or I start to doubt, whether I'm actually even capable of doing this, start to doubt my sense of self-worth. And then I dive deeper into my spiritual truth, okay, the knowledge that I have, and use that to step out of that confinement. And then I discover that it was all about looking at this, whatever the situation is, a job, a work prospect, a relationship, from a new pair of eyes, and rediscovering what I had once found really interesting, okay? So with that comes in slow, steady progress, and with the Temperance and the Lovers there, this is a beautiful, divinely guided connection, whether that is in love or a contract or a commitment in terms of work. That is what you're heading towards in the month of March, and it is so freaking beautiful. It does involve a choice, okay? Maybe the choice has to do with what the traditional approach and what you can make out of it. Maybe you need to blend two different parts or two different talents or two different choices somehow to make to create something that is unique, okay? You're perhaps blending two different talents of yours as well, and that's what's bringing in more prosperity into your life, okay? But this is a beautiful connection that you're heading towards, okay? And this is also the energy that you're embodying, one of confidence, feeling self-assured, unlike the Eight of Swords, okay? So kudos to you. You're going through quite a process, but it's a whole month that we're talking about here. So I do feel like when you start to feel like this, okay, when you start to doubt, like, what am I even doing here? Or, if you start to feel a bit like ho hum and ungrateful, remind yourself what it is that interested you in this in the first place, okay? And also with the Page of Pentacles, this could be an offer, definitely, in terms of work, or a message, or some communication that you've been longing to hear, longing to receive information about, okay? And whatever this is, if this is a work prospect, a job, or a life purpose, whatever it may be, or a connection, this is a very, very strong bond is what I'm getting, okay? And it's it's like the divine is bringing the two of you together. It's a perfect match. Angel of Balance. We've got a lot of angelic help here. This is a very spiritually guided pile. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. Okay, and we are in Pisces season, so this doesn't surprise me. That's the spirituality aspect, personal development aspect, and this is, I feel, more practical. Okay. Message in a bottle. And lastly, we have share your gifts. Get ready to see movement when you choose to share your gifts. For some of you, you have a gift for teaching, for sharing knowledge, okay, however that may be, in a traditional sense. You may be a teacher. For others of you, this could be a gift of, maybe you write a blog and you share your knowledge there. Maybe you're a vlogger. Maybe you're teaching people about spiritual concepts. So in a way, you're like a spiritual teacher, spiritual guide. Whatever that may be, you're being asked to practically apply that knowledge in this month, okay? And you're in this very balanced, going with the flow kind of energy anyway. So allow it to take you where you're destined to be, because it's a beautiful outcome here. And there is some important message, some important communication coming your way, which may have a lot to do with that contract, with that commitment. Could be a job offer, could be, from an organization or from a person that you've been waiting to hear from, is what I'm getting. Let's see from these cards, what do you need to know? Group number 3. Very interesting pile. If you're enjoying this reading, do give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Reliability. I am reliable. When I say I'll do something, I take whatever that something is seriously. This applies to all my commitments. And the Page of Pentacles there is very committed, very passionate about what he's doing, he or she. And it's also about patience, not waiting for immediate gratification kind of a thing. So if you don't see immediate results, you don't take your eyes off the prize, All right. Celebration. This is nice. And you have a bottle here and a bottle there. So there's definitely some reason to celebrate, some communication coming your way. Okay. What did I say? Receiving. Be open to receiving. That's the Temperance energy as well. Being playful, okay, and sort of going with the flow, but not losing sight of the practical aspect of life either. And we have boundaries. I claim my right to set healthy boundaries, and I allow others to do the same. Boundaries also, with yourself, like in terms of discipline, in terms of time management, things like that. Just saying no when you need to say no is enough, that sort of a thing. But Yeah, I'm getting more of a self-discipline vibe from this, because you may be a water sign for all I know, because yeah, water signs tend to like lose this sense of structure and discipline and time management, especially if you're a Pisces or a Cancerian. But yeah, it feels to me like this is a really good month in which you're applying a lot of your knowledge practically, and you may be even getting opportunities like to do that, okay, through others, or you may be initiating it yourself. All right, let's get some love and relationship messages. Okay, these 3 cards want to come out. Love who you are divine, delightful, and deserving of all the wonderful things life has to offer. So be open, be receptive. The only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. The shifting of focus has a lot to do with this 4 of Cups, because that's when we kind of lose our sense of focus on what's right in front of us, what needs our attention. Okay. Look to your inner strength. You're stronger than you realize. Bottom of the deck, be willing to express love to receive love. That's also got a lot to do with this Temperance and Lovers energy, giving and receiving, being playful, and being compatible, I would say, in relationships as well. So that's what I have for you, group number 3. I was gonna say 4. I'm wishing you all the best. The full moon in Pisces, the full moon in the season of Pisces could be quite important for you. Do take care of yourself, and I'll see you again later. God bless. Bye bye.